United 0. Forget we've got more live championship action for you tomorrow lunchtime. That huge game we were talking about between Luton Town and Coventry City is live on TalkSport 2 for you, and that's starting to build up for that at midday tomorrow. First of our live football options across the weekend, of course. We got Premier League action for you and FA Cup semi-final action for you as well. Both of those from Wembley are live across TalkSport. I'll fill you in on those in a little moment, because Michael Cooper's got some work to do here at the edge of his 6-yard area, putting under a little bit of pressure by Gallagher, but gets it out wide to this left-hand side where McCallum is there, and then Kiefer Moore just tries to spin it round the corner. He didn't do it very well. A little shove in the back that time from Shamadou into O'Hare, and it'll be a free kick for Sheffield United.
There's just no need. You know, he's done his job. Callum Hill, he's taken his touch away from goal. Shamadou's there in position. As soon as you put the hands in the back, you're giving him an easy option.
Throw into a free kick taken quickly, all the way back for Sheffield United. And Rob Holding with a chance to bring it forward. Both of his starts so far prior to today come at Bramall Lane, the last of which was in that game against Cardiff last Friday night. Forward to the feet of Campbell on halfway. Couple of boos, but not too many from around the Bet 365. I've seen worse receptions for former players.
Yeah, he's one of them. You know, I think his contract run out. Sheffield United got him on a free, which is it's an amazing signing for the player that he is and the quality he is. But I think he just needed a change. You know, he'd been here a long time, come back from a very, very long, terrible injury, and just wasn't quite the same player.
Yeah, 36 goals in his 164 games for Stoke. Kiefer Moore's there, chesting it down despite his shirt being pulled, and Campbell gets the shot away, takes a deflection and spins beyond Johansson and out for a corner.
Well, it's a nothing ball in there, isn't it, that Kiefer Moore controls on his chest and brings down for Campbell, but there's a real understanding between the two. Every time it goes up, Campbell's just hovering around, feeding off the back of him, off the front of him. The relationship's very, very evident.
It's probably no surprise that it was blocked on that occasion by Phillips. He's got the joint most blocks in the Championship this season, and he's added another to his tally.
Well, that's it. He's seen the danger, didn't he? Threw himself at it.
Here's the corner, right-hand side for Sheffield United. Going to be swung in by the right boot of Brewster, of course, in the absence of Gustavo Harmer tonight. And it's not the best, although it comes to Callum O'Hare at the near post, who tries to flick it. Looks like it was a worked routine, gathered easily by Johansson.
You know, he done his job there. Callum O'Hare, the little flick with outside of the right. Then Souza, who it fell to. That's what it is, just to create that space, and he just couldn't get the connection. He's trying to react. There is a lot of pace on the touch.
It's with Johansson away to our left-hand side in goal for Stoke City. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 0. We've been playing for 14 minutes on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL. Clips ball down the left-hand side for Gallagher to chase after again for Stoke City, but it's well read by Hamza Chowdhury, and Chowdhury will get it infield and allows the left boot of Robinson to clear to halfway, where he finds Kiefer Moore, helped on its way by the head and the flowing hair of Callum O'Hare, and then down this near touchline it's picked up by Tyrese Campbell, and then the boos to start, maybe partially for the referee, because I think they felt there was a foul involved there. O'Hare keeps the ball back to McCallum. McCallum sweeps it infield to Chowdhury inside the centre circle. Now here's Holding joining in on the overlap down that right hand side. Hugging the far touchline is Sariki. Brewster makes a run ahead, but it's ignored by Sariki on that far side, and then comes back once more from Brewster to Chowdhury, and Sheffield United just trying to move and probe this Stoke City side around to find some space.
Yeah, they're using the ball very well. You know, I think look at the bodies that are in there, the two banks for Stoke City. So straight away, if it's not, it's a fantastic little ball as well from McCallum. I really like him. You know, every time, and can he go and support, underlap, overlap? He's always asking the question, but great little quality.
Vaterberger does well to just hold off the intensity of Tyrese Campbell, but they've given the ball away again here around the edge of their own penalty area. Souza cuts it in, Kiefer Moore with a left-footed shot, brilliant block that time by Wilmot inside the penalty area. Oh, and there's a slip from Chowdhury. Now the counter's on with Baker with the ball down the middle, looking to cut out to this right-hand side potentially, where he finds Manoff on his left foot inside the box, lays it in, and the initial shot comes in from Bajan Ho, and it's easily saved by Michael Cooper. But a lovely move from Stoke City.
Oh, fantastic break, isn't it? 3v2 in Stoke City's favour. Hamza Chousey had a chance to kind of just really hit Baker hard there with the ball, doesn't get the connection, but Manhoef, fantastic ball into the round about the penalty spot, and Bejan Ho gets across his man, gets all the connection on the actual ball, but straight at Michael Cooper.
It was a brilliant run from Bejan Ho, wasn't it?
Either corner,
he was wide on the left hand side, and he's come
across his man, but either corner of the goal there, and that's in the back of the net. Adam.
There's Sheffield United again. Tyrese Campbell gets the better this time of Wilmot down this left hand side, and it's given short once more to Callum O'Hare. O'Hare spinning, turning, trying to cut through, but in the end Junior Shamadou gets across with a challenge. It's a corner now down this left hand side for Sheffield United. It's a much more open game than I think I was expecting.
Me too.
Both teams going at it.
Yeah, exactly what I think both managers will want. I think Matt Robbins will be delighted with the reaction that he's got. Chris Wilder as well, really in control of the game. You know, I think picking their moments with quality down both flanks, but the only thing is end product, that final pass, that final touch. You know, the run. You know, like you said, you've already alluded to, Tyrese Campbell could have done better. I think he should have lifted it over Victor Johansson. He has that quality and ability about him.
17 minutes played, you're listening to Talk Sport 2. It's Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 0. Cornered down this left hand side, going to be swung in again by Brewster on the right foot. So this one will be an in-swinger. It is towards that back post, headed down from Robinson, palmed away by Victor Johansson, and kept in play on the far side by that far touchline to allow Stoke to potentially come with a counter.
Well, it's a free header for Robinson at the back post area, and he's hit it into the ground. I think there's just bodies in front of Victor Johansson, but he just thinks, I can't take it in, I'm just going to punch it away. But I think it was the right decision.
Robinson without a goal since March 2024. Not really troubling Johansson too much, but the keeper did well. Here's Chowdhury out wide to that right hand side. Forward now Holding down that far touchline. Siriki hugging that touchline, cutting in field now. Siriki driving towards the edge of the penalty area, and it's a good challenge by Lyndon Gooch on that far side. He's got the help of Bejan Ho on that far side too, and it will be Stoke who try and get it clear by playing out from the edge of their own penalty area, but the ball's given away that time by Berger. Jared Gillett says play on, although there was a little foul on Siriki on that far side, but Sheffield United have kept possession here.
Well, that was an opportunity just to kind of go long. Sheffield United were very much in the middle of the Stoke City half. Millie Manhoef's asking the question when it's Gooch that's got ball. That's when he just has to put the foot through it. There's so much room for error there, Adam. Just get it into the Sheffield United half. Millie Manhoef's got the legs on him to get in behind as well.
O'Hare on that far side, but she's trying to tease and find a little bit of space and movement. He wants the ball back into his feet, courtesy of Holding, but Chowdhury has it once more on that far side for Sheffield United. Down this left hand side they come. Robinson, purposeful pass to McCallum. Just almost has to set his body before he hits it, does Robinson, and now he'll just lay it off to Holding, and they're deep inside their own territory again here, Sheffield United. Now they go long down that right hand side, no offside. Siriki away on that far touchline, being closed down by Lyndon Gooch. Siriki's got the ball at feet, going towards the byline, and goes down inside the box from Gooch's challenge. The referee shakes his head and has no interest.
Well, I think it's good defending. You know, I'm going to have a look at it in the monitor, because you look at the player's reaction as well.
For a moment.
I did thinking, what's he doing? You know, Siriki's got in behind him, he's just got the shoulder in. It's a good strong shoulder, but you know what, and it's a forearm on the back as well. You know, Siriki's moving at some pace. It's a dangerous challenge. You know, I'm gonna say that it's a good challenge for the fact that he's went with the shoulder, he's put that kind of forearm into the ribs. As Siriki's moving forward, it kind of then edges round towards the back. So it is, as soon as Siriki goes to ground, it gives the referee a decision to make.
I tell you what, if that had been given, there wouldn't be too many complaints, I don't think, from some, because there is absolutely no attempt there from Gooch to play the ball. Here comes Stoke City on the counter. Bejan Ho again has it at the edge of the penalty area, finds Baker on that far side. He's just lost his footing as he was about to shake to either shoot.
That's a free kick.
It's a little free kick at the edge of the penalty area, surely. Brewster with a clip, the ball's curled back in towards the back post looking for Gallagher, but again Jared Gillett not interested in Baker going down under that challenge from Rhian Brewster.
Well, I've got to say he's a couple of metres away. Jared Gillett, there's no excuse for this. You know, I think Lewis Baker loses control of the ball in the box, but he gets it and he just nicks it away. I'm looking at it now. I tell you what, it's a blatant free kick. It's a kick on the Achilles, isn't it?
Well, it's a couple of inches away from being a penalty.
A penalty, yeah, you're not wrong. And he's right there, the referee. I don't know if he's blindsided or he's thinking Baker's looking for it, but there's definitely contact.
That's a free kick,
100%.
And that's a borderline penalty up the other end.
I have to say, that's also
Jared Gillett in the heart of everything so far in the opening 21 minutes. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 0. You're listening to Talk Sport 2. Little flick on that time by Sam Gallagher, midway inside the Sheffield United half. It's read by Holding, who then gives the ball out wide on that far side to Brewster, back to Holding once more, up towards halfway. Tyrese Campbell, who is just trying to bully Wilmots at times there at the heart of that Sheffield United defence, so Stoke defence. They've got away this time once more towards Baker. Baker inside the penalty with a shot that's blocked, and then on this right hand side O'Hare just has a little touchdown and gets into the feet of Vinny Souza, and then there is a foul this time from Ben Pearson, and he's going to get booked for it.
Yeah, I think he's taken a sore one there, Ben Pearson, as well. I don't know if he's overstretched. He's tried to get the challenge in. Souza's taken the ball away, and he's took a really sore one on the ankle. I don't know if the ankle gets caught. I tell you what, he's came down on it as well. He's taken a real sore one there. Not the actual foot that he challenges with. It's just it's the coming down on it, right on the ankle. Vinny Souza. Yeah, that's a really sore one for Ben Pearson.
Well, he had a hamstring injury that meant that he's made all 12 of his appearances, or 13 appearances should I say, since February. Third start in a row here for Pearson, but he's down, requiring some treatment down in front of us right now, the former Manchester United youth man as well, but he's in the book. First of the game, Jared Gillett very much in the heart of this game. Tomorrow lunchtime, as we mentioned here on TalkSport 2, we'll be in the Championship again. Luton Town desperate to survive, Coventry City trying to secure their spot in the playoffs. That game is live for you from 12:30 tomorrow lunchtime here on TalkSport 2. Over on TalkSport, we've got exclusive Premier League commentary, and that's Chelsea against Everton. Chelsea trying to chase down a place in the Champions League, of course. That gets underway from 11. The build-up on game day exclusive tomorrow over on TalkSport. That's followed at 2:30, of course, by Game Day Live with Adrian Durham. He'll have all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL tomorrow afternoon. Bearing in mind as well, of course, we are at that time of the season. I know earlier on today he was trying to work out the permutations for all the divisions. I sent him that little emoji of your head kind of bubbling and your brain exploding, because it's quite tricky, to be fair. Brighton against West Ham is live on TalkSport 2 tomorrow afternoon from the Premier League, and then of course FA Cup semi-final, Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. That's a 5:15 kickoff tomorrow afternoon. There's all you need to know about the live games coming up in the next 24 hours or so across the TalkSport network. You're listening to Stoke against Sheffield United in the EFL Championship, live on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the app and get rewards points. 18 plus. Participating restaurants, delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com. I think the way he's walking here, that's all we're going to see of Ben Pearson tonight.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think Vinny Souza, he's come down full body weight on the ankle as it was just off the ground as well. So he's not moving well at all, is he, Ben Pearson?
I think it's going to be one of those where he maybe tries to run it off, but from the way he's wandering, I don't think the 30-year-old is going to... I mean, he's wandering like I do when I get up most mornings, and I've got 20 years on him. So it'll be interesting to see the change that they choose to make. Just having a look at who's warming up. I think Lewis Kumas was out for a warm-up then. Would that be a lot? It wouldn't be...
Yeah, well, it's possible. I would say Moran. I think Baker would then probably drop and go on behind Wouterberger.
Ball through the air for Campbell. Campbell's gone round the keeper, goes down, and I think Tyrese Campbell's going to get booked for a dive here, and he is. Jared Gillett brings out the yellow card, much to the joy of everyone around us against our former player.
Well, I have to say Jared Gillett was miles away from play there, wasn't he? He was nowhere near. I'm just now. I think Campbell is just waiting for the contact. To be fair, there's an arm. Yeah, he's got it spot on as well, the referee. Now Campbell, there was a little hand that touched the hip, but there was not enough to make you fall.
Well, some would argue that's 1 out of 3 he's got right so far tonight.
Very
Jared
true.
Gillett.
Very true.
It's going to be a free kick then for... Well, there's not the nicest of receptions ringing around the Bet365 right now for Tyrese Campbell, with 20 minutes remaining in this first half. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 0, and he joins Ben Pearson in being booked here by Jared Gillett. Headed down on the far side by Sariki. Challenge on Brewster. Another free kick. Referee just waits a moment.
It's a strong challenge here from Gooch on Brewster. Little flick round the corner to Kiefer Moore. Gooch has already committed to the challenge. Having a little look at it now.
And how's that not a yellow?
Well, again, I think he's blindsided. I think the referee, Jared Gillett, I think he's blindsided a few players, obstructing his view.
You were being very generous to the referee tonight, I think, in your interpretation of what he can and can't see.
Well, it's about 3-4 players in the line of the challenge there, so he gave the free kick, so he's obviously seen something.
I thought that's what he has an assistant for on the far side, to help him out in those instances. But again, the consistency of what's a yellow and what's not a yellow kind of baffles me at times. Here's Cooper away to our right hand side, in goal for Sheffield United. Poor that time from Chowdhury. He's given the ball away right in the middle of the park to left hand side where Bae Jung-ho is there, edge of the box, tees that one up. Junior Shamadou around the outside. Shamadou stands that up towards the back post. Punch from Cooper, got enough of it, and then it's volley clear that time on that far side by Souza. Out as far as you can probably tell, Tyrese Campbell, who's got the ball at feet. He's trying to cut inside. Tyrese Campbell still going. Callum O'Hare arriving at the edge of the penalty area. He lets it run for Campbell to follow up on it, and that's a brilliant challenge in the end from Lyndon Gooch to take care of him inside the penalty area.
Well, it's a challenge that he had to make. Fantastic play from Callum O'Hare. Tyrese Campbell out in the right channel. He's driving central, and then he passes it into Callum O'Hare, who just lets it go.
Offside flag here against Gallagher.
Yeah, fantastic defending. Gooch pulled him all the way. Very timely challenge in the 18-yard box as well.
It's a really good game, this, to be fair. It's end-to-end stuff right now. There's a bit of needle, and there's no surprise there's needle. Stoke City need to gather 3 points from their final 2 games, of course, to ensure that championship survival. For Sheffield United, it's all about prepping for, as Chris Wilder called them to me on Monday, 4 halves of football to try and get to Wembley. I think he's just a little bit miffed that your entire season comes down to that after 46 games, when they've won 27 matches, as many as Leeds have won so far throughout this season. Here's the throw down this left-hand side for the former Norwich and Coventry man Sam McCallum at the left, level with the left-hand edge of the penalty area. Up and over halfway. Up for the challenge that time was Campbell, helped on its way by Souza, and there's a real battle royal in the middle between him and Wouter Berger, and Berger just shows his angst and frustration with a few waves of the arm.
Really strong challenge here from Souza at the back, but Wouter Berger now just showed his strength, just fending him off there, and then got up, invited the challenge.
Souza, we know, is physical in this championship. Most tackles for Sheffield United throughout this championship season. I think some wonder whether the pace of the Premier League wasn't quite to his suiting last year, but he's certainly a force in that midfield for Sheffield United. The referee gives a free kick in now. Lyndon Gooch has just gone in with another, not crunching challenge, but certainly I would have thought in the old totting up process, Gooch is maybe just starting to be picked out by Jared Gallagher.
We're waiting to see this one in the morning, because Ryan Brewster moves the ball well, and there's just no... I don't understand what he's doing. I don't think, in fairness, seeing it there, I don't think it's a yellow card, but it's persistent fouling, isn't it? Very
much so from Gooch. He seems to be a man on a mission tonight. Here's Kiefer Moore trying to hit one from the edge of the penalty area. Lacking power and maybe lacking a little bit of confidence. It's his 200th championship appearance tonight. 59 goals in the previous 199, but he hasn't scored in his last 9. Ball through here from this right-hand side is delivered by Manoff, and it's gathered quite easily by Cooper. Just too much on it.
I tell you what, very much end-to-end, isn't it? Exactly what you want. And I think Kiefer Moore, with that opportunity just there, I think it's just the wrong decision. You know, I think, can he release the ball to Sam McCallum, who's breaking his neck to get out the outside? Callum O'Hare's in the inside as well, so just the wrong decision to get the shot away there. But Stoke from the ground, Victor Johansson, he's releasing Manhoef down that right hand side, and it's end product. Balls coming in the box, have to be defended well.
Half an hour played on TalkSport 2. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 0. Ball on that far side is picked up by Berger, tries to get it forward. Hamza Chowdhury. I've actually seen Chowdhury give the ball away tonight, which is not something I've seen in the last few weeks, bearing in mind this is my 3rd Sheffield United game in a row, and he's been fairly brilliant really throughout most of those games in terms of his ball retention. Here's O'Hare down this left hand side for Sheffield United again. He's got some space to run into. Shamadou's coming to close him down. He uses McCallum out wide on the left hand side. He's got Moore and Tyrese Campbell in the box, And that's not dissimilar to a cross that McCallum produced against Burnley on Monday night. It's straight behind and troubling nobody.
Yeah, under no pressure whatsoever. I think excellent energy to get up beside O'Hare, but then that's when you just want to kind of touch out your feet. I think he's caught in two minds, keep possession of the ball, give it back to O'Hare, but I think the ball was on just to feed it in there behind the last defender and goalkeeper for likes of Moore or Campbell to go and attack.
Here comes Ho again. He's taken down by Hamza Chowdhury. Nothing from Jarrod Gillett. Bit of a soft one if it had been given, you feel.
Yeah, I think Ho, I think he has to just release the ball. Kind of lost his foot a little bit. There wasn't much contact from Hamza Chowdhury there.
I wonder if we're going to see a change here for Stoke City. Left-footed ball swung out by Robinson to the far side. Brewster tries to get on the end of it but can't manage it. And there is a change coming here, and I'm going to assume it's going to be Pearson.
Yeah, he has. He's been hobbling. So I think it's just one of them. He's tried to run it off, but just can't really kind of get into the game. So disappointing. He has so many injuries as well. Such an important player with the experience that he brings as well. Just an opportunity now for Lawal to come on and influence the game.
Yeah, Bosun Lawal is the player, the former Celtic man. He's going to enter the fray into the heart of that midfield. All of his Stoke appearances have been as a substitute. He hasn't actually started a game since against Fleetwood back in April 2024. But he'll go into that midfield in place of Pearson, who unable to run off the after effects of that ankle injury, kind of caused by himself when he committed a foul and picked up a yellow card.
Yeah, I think Baker will just drop in, so he sits beside Wouterberger, and Lawal just sit in front, and he'll be going back and forth helping, but can he influence the game in that attacking third?
He's immediately gone in to try and win a header against McCallum inside the centre circle and did pretty well as Lawal. And it's picked up again, this time by Hamza Chowdhury, who just drops between those two centre halves of Robinson and Holding. A lot of experience between those two. Holding just cleverly sends Gallagher and then clips the ball out wide to this left hand side. It's a lovely switch of play from Rob Holding to bring McCallum into the game. Short here to Callum O'Hare, who's incredibly busy, always the diminutive figure, just busy running with the ball at his feet. It's when he looks at his most comfortable, when he's got a ball attached to that right foot of his. Sariki on that far side in short here to Brewster. Brewster right-footed ball swung over towards Kiefer Moore. And it's a missed challenge by Shamadou, and it almost fell to Moore inside the penalty area, but on the ground Shamadou's down there. Get it clear, only half clear though. It's O'Hare inside the penalty area, right hand side by the 6-yard box, holds the ball up, turns, pulls it back, nearly comes to Tyrese Campbell, but the boot is stabbed in that time by Berger, who's back there, and then it spins out on that far side, and Stoke City will get it clear, but only as far as Vinny Souza, who's under pressure from Gallagher. Souza is forced backwards, but he keeps the ball alive well. And now out wide to that right hand side, and on halfway it's picked up again into the centre circle by Robinson, who will lay the pass out to McCallum on this near side. Back to Hamza Chowdhury. Lawal tried to get involved but couldn't quite get there, and Sheffield United will build from the back again as we approach the 34-minute mark here on TalkSport 2. 0-0, poor first touch from Kiefer Moore and cleared away easy by Phillips.
Sam Gallagher, I think he's been a little bit too honest. He's dropping really deep into that kind of midfield when Sheffield United are in good possession. I think sometimes as soon as in that transition Lyndon Gooch got the ball, he's got to try and stretch the pitch. He's got to be an outlet. There's no pass. Everything that they're trying to play out from the back, and like you say, Sheffield United are picking up all those second balls.
Yeah, very much doing well when it comes to gathering second possession.
Yeah,
and it just gives them the edge. But it's still 0-0, just over 10 minutes remaining of this first half. You're listening to TalkSport 2. Of course, as well as all that football we've got for you tomorrow, great live boxing for you tomorrow night on TalkSport, as well as crunching challenge on Lawal, and then it's being picked up this time by Manhoff, but he's gone down too. Now Lawal has the ball at his feet, sips it in the box, and again Manhoff goes chasing after that ball, but it's a crunching challenge from Robinson, who puts it behind and out of play for a corner down this right hand side to Stoke City.
Some excellent challenges there. Lawal just showed a little bit too much of the ball, and it's McCallum that come through. Good strong challenge, fair. To be fair to Lawal, just gets up and gets on with it, gets the ball. Great way to pass to Million Manhoef, who's running into the box down the right hand side. And Robinson taking no prisoners. If you go to ground there, you have to make sure you get the ball. Yeah, it's one of them. Million Manhoef, such that low centre of gravity, he can manipulate the ball. I think it's a danger going to ground so easily.
Baker takes this one short. Lyndon Gooch, right-footed, swung towards the back post. One for Cooper to come for, and he does gather that comfortably at the edge of his 6-yard area for Sheffield United, and immediately bowls it out. Vinny Sosa's on the charge down the right-hand side. Lowell is following him on that far touchline. He now needs some support, which arrives in the form of Sariki, who slides in for the challenge and wins it first time. But again, I think the physicality of Lowell is going to be welcome in this game, as he's won the ball on that far side off of Vinny Sosa, and Lowell now has it on halfway. Sosa goes chasing after him out wide to the far side, where Bae Jun Ho is collecting possession, and Stoke City have it again with Gooch, and will play it out from the back.
I'm telling you now, just have a look at Lowell. He'll be breathing very, very hard. I think you as a substitute, you warm up, you do your sprints and all that, but then you come into a game and it is, it's non-stop. He's seen a lot of the ball already. Vinny Souza, what a terrible ball, hospital ball it was for Sariki there, isn't it? And he still went and competed and contested for it.
Ball back with the feet of Victor Johansson away to our left-hand side. 750,000 he cost from Rotherham. Been a really good pickup for Stoke City. I guess there'll be a question mark as to whether he's here next season or not, or whether he's the kind of player they may need to cash in on if they're going to try and rebuild the squad.
Yeah, I think it is. I think players have to be sold if there's going to be investment. Probably better off spend more money if they go down to League One.
McCallum gets that to O'Hare. O'Hare tries to deliver, but it's a poor ball into the penalty area. He's looking for the on-rushing Brewster or Campbell or Moore, who are all waiting inside the box, but he has won his side a corner down this left-hand side.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of the ball. O'Hare, he drifts everywhere. He has that kind of free roll, but on the ball, the movement, the little positions that he picks up, and then on the ball as well, he just has that eye for a pass, and it was the right thing. He had to kind of go to ground to get the cross in, but it had to be defended well.
Hasn't scored since the 8th of December, Callum O'Hare. It's his 250th career appearance. Made his debut against Colchester when he was playing for Aston Villa, of course. Here's the corner down this left-hand side. Brewster is again going to deliver it, swings it in, and in the end it's headed goalwards by McCallum and in! And Sheffield United lead, and it's Sam McCallum with his second championship goal of the season. He's nodded that in from close range, and it's an error really from the substitute, Bosun Lowell. He's headed the ball back across the goal, and McCallum has arrived at this near post, and it's an unstoppable header past Victor Johansson, and it gives Sheffield United the advantage with 38 minutes played here. It's Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 1.
Yeah, it's an excellent ball. He's getting marshalled well the while there. Never really knew a lot about it. Took a little bit of flick off a defender just in front of him, so he just kind of reacted to it, just trying to see who got the initial flick. It's Robinson, and I tell you what, he's just reacted to it, put it back across. Then all McCallum has to do is basically just put as much power on the header as he possibly can towards. Took a little bit of a nick off Wouterberger as well, that just takes it away from Victor Johansson there.
Johansson got his hands to it, but could only palm it into the top of the net. And McCallum, one of those changes made tonight by Sheffield United, delivers for Chris Wilder. And he scored a goal against Hull in December 23, and the only goal he scored this season was his first since then, so he's doubled his tally for the campaign from left back, from close range. Couldn't really miss, you would argue. Here's Gooch now trying to pull Stoke City back on terms here. Right-footed ball swung in towards the edge of the penalty area. Sariki blocks it out. Bae Jun Ho on that far side, short to Lowell, and it's back across to Baker in the central area for Stoke City. Out wide, Baker pushing the ball once more. Gooch is still out there trying to help out, but it's found its way back this time to Berger. Berger, left-footed ball, clipped in, and it's just poor. It's straight down the throat of Michael Cooper, away to our right-hand side.
Yeah, I think as soon as Berger kind of gets his head up and drives forward, he's tried to lift it over. I think he has to go into Lowell feet or Gallagher feet, Manhoof feet. That's what it is, and then going up in support. He's lifted it over there. There's no room for error, and when you've got a goalkeeper like Michael Cooper, he just comes out and claims that comfortably.
There's a foul on Keitha Moore this time, and a free kick for Sheffield United midway inside the Stoke City half. So 5 minutes to go to half time. Remember, tomorrow night, Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Benn. It's free to listen to on the TalkSport network and the TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel. tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock, our coverage gets underway on Talk Sport. Earlier coverage on Talk Sport 2. And what a fight that will be. Years in the making, that one, the grudge match between these two, of course. Their fathers met. Chris Eubank was victorious in one, and there was a draw in the other against Nigel Benn. And I think Nigel Benn's always wanted his son to take on Chris Eubank Jr., and that moment is coming tomorrow night. goals, all coming at the right time, bearing in mind that we went through a spell last season and early part of this campaign when winning here was a real issue for Stoke City, but things have improved. Mark Robbins has made a difference, some would say, as Berger clips the ball out to this near touchline. Gooch picks it up about 15 yards inside the Sheffield United half, gives it short that time to Bae Jun-ho. Bae Jun-ho has the help of Gooch again out wide on the left hand side. Baker's gone on the overlap, Gooch still going, finds Baker on his right foot. Had that terrific shot in the first half, thinks about wide from this left side where they should cross it. In the end he gives it to Gooch, who does get the crossing deflected. Lowell helps on its way, Gallagher does well to hold it up. Good challenge from O'Hare, but the offside flag was up anyway, and it will be a free kick for Sheffield United.
I just don't understand it. You know, you're looking at Lyndon Gooch, you know, Bae Jun-ho, they had so many opportunities to put the ball in the box. You know, Gallagher's, he's moving, you know, and it's just one of them. Of course he's going to be offside, he's trying to anticipate it. You've got to put the ball in, go and give him something to attack. I just don't understand it. Far too many opportunities down this left hand side, just slowed the game right down. Sheffield United are set.
Yeah, I thought they may well have, I know they did go at them in the early exchanges as Kiefer Moore's penalised here for a foul, and actually they tried to take it quickly, but the Stoke City player is still down. I know they started off, it's Berger that's down by the way, they started off with an intensity, but that didn't last long and probably dropped. Surely, bearing in mind what they're fighting for tonight, you want them really in the faces of, and in moments like that, playing a bit quicker,
yeah,
the ball
100%,
quicker maybe?
100%. You know, you're looking at, to be fair, Lyndon Gooch, he broke his neck to get around the outside of Bae Jun-ho there, but it's just, the whole point of him doing it is to get end product, to get something in the box. You know, but you're right, you know, I think you're up against Sheffield United. Remember, you're not going to have it all your own way. You have to press with intensity, but then all of a sudden when they're in comfortable possession, you have to sit, and that's when you're compact, you're hard to break down, and they've done that pretty well. You know, the goal came from an individual error off of a set play.
Man off ball to this near side, picks out Bae Jun-ho. Now down this left hand side it's Gooch. Now he's got a chance to drive here at Sariki. Gooch goes this time on the outside, but he was almost interrupted in his run that time by Lowell, who'd come across. I mean, he has won the corner on this near side, but again, as Gooch was about to drive for the line, Lowell just appeared in front of him.
Yeah, Lowell's trying to he's kind of ran into to his running path there, hasn't he? Whereas I think Lyndon Gooch had done enough just to kind of get that yard, just to get the cross in. But yeah, just a misunderstanding.
Corner which Baker will deliver from this left hand side for Stoke City. It's like they're creating one of those trains in and around the edge of the penalty area. There's 5 red and white striped shirts who all move at that point, and the cross comes in and evades everyone. It comes out that time to Bae Jun-ho, but it was always slicing away from Michael Cooper's goal away to our left hand side, and it'll be a goal kick for Sheffield United, and it remains Stoke 0, Sheffield United 1.
Yeah, you know, with the quality of Bae Jun-ho there, you know, I think he'll be disappointed with himself. Yeah, there's bodies coming out, you just got to hit it right into the crowd. He's tried to kind of put the spin on it, come around the ball with the outside of his right boot there. I think he's just got to put the laces through it and make sure he hits the target.
You're listening to TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL. Obviously your home as well of the NFL when the season goes. And if you're on the NFL YouTube channel last night, the watch along of the NFL draft, as we started that coverage for you. Away to our right hand side, ball pinged forward. Don't forget as well, we've got that YouTube watch along of the boxing tomorrow night on the TalkSport boxing channel. It's going to be a fantastic fight tomorrow evening, and coverage of course on TalkSport from 8, and it's Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Baird, and that's a sliding challenge on this near side, and he's going to be penalised potentially with a card here. I think it was Ben Wilmot who slid in, and he is getting a yellow card for that challenge on Ryan Brewster. Yeah, I don't think he can have too many arguments.
He can. I don't know why he's going to ground there anyway. You know, it's I think he gets the ball, but he goes through the player first. I felt, yeah, it's a naughty challenge right through the back
to his Achilles, isn't it?
Achilles, yeah. It's on Ryan Brewster there. That is naughty. That's high. That is high.
If this was in the Premier League,
that's a red card. That is a red card. That is a red card. Poor challenge that is.
He's really feeling that, Ryan Brewster, and it's no great surprise, to be honest with you. Nasty challenge, and another player in the book, Ben Wilmot, joins Ben Pearson, who's obviously left the field of play with an injury. Rhian Brewster just hobbles away. It's going to be delivered by McCallum because it's out wide on this right hand side, this free kick. It's probably about 16 yards out from goal, a couple of yards in from the touchline on this right hand side. And Chris Wilder just shouting to Rhian Brewster to check he's okay. And McCallum again, a little move of the ball. It's one man wall here for Stoke City from Bae Jun-ho, as McCallum does swing that in fairly direct, looking for Kiefer Moore, who was beaten to the head at that time well by Wilmot, and now a chance to break. Oh, it's given away by Manoff, straight to the feet of McCallum. McCallum then ball at feet, dances between 2 or 3, then loses out to Bae Jun-ho, and now it's Manoff again, and he's got Lowell forward on that right hand side, who picks up possession. He's closed down immediately by Vinny Souza. Forced back inside their own half are Stoke City. Shamadou has it, gets it forward to Berger, who tries to evade the challenge of Brewster, and in the end the ball just spills up in the air and ricochets into the arms of Michael Cooper in the Sheffield United goal. But now Brewster is down again, and it's no surprise really, that looked a really horrible challenge. Yeah,
he's been through the walls anyway tonight. Fair play to him, he's getting up and getting on with it, but I've got to say that was a real opportunity for Stoke to take advantage, you know, on the break as well. William Manu just slowed it down, playing it behind Lowell. All of a sudden Sheffield United get back into position, and the opportunity's gone then.
Yeah, I don't. Rhian Brewster can't continue here. He can't run properly, and he's now gone down, and it's infuriating those around. But it was a really horrible challenge from Ben Wilmot. Yes, it earned him a yellow card, but I think Rhian Brewster's going to have to be replaced here. So Chris Wilder and his team go into a deep discussion as to the best possible options. The Sheffield United bench in terms of attacking players. Tom Cannon's available. Andre Brooks is there from a potential wide area. Ryan One as well. And it looks like the change is going to be made, and we may see the introduction. Just having a look at who's been called back to the bench actually. Oh, Cannon's now come back as well.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to be Cannon, which, I mean, good for Cannon in many ways, because having scored that goal on Monday night, we talk about goal scorers finally, you know, getting some confidence from a goal, and he dropped to the bench today.
Yeah, that first one's always the hardest one to get, but the confidence that you'll get from that yourself. And look, just looking at it as well, the Brewster challenge, it's the challenge that he's made on Wouterberger there, the block that he's made, so he just took another bit of a knock. I think he's up, he's actually saying that he's wanting to stay on now, but Cannon's changed, he's stripped, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and I think Chris Wilder's saying, having a chat with him as if to say, well, we might want you, but now I think the fourth official's been told, well, hang on a minute, and there's fury all around because of this delay that's going on. The referee will just give the ball back to Stoke, and I think they're going to wait a few moments to see if Rhian Brewster can run this off.
Rhian Brewster's got an opportunity to showcase what he's about. You know, he's wanting to stay on, and it's just, I think he just took a bit of a dead calf from that challenge on Wouterberger off the back of the Wilmot challenge.
Evading the first challenge there, this time with Sariki, then he's lost out to Berger. Berger gets it forward to Lowell. Lowell's looking to this left-hand side where Gooch wanted it. Lowell tries to get the better of Rob Holding, but loses possession. And now Sheffield United can go on the far side. It's breaking out into a basketball game here, end-to-end stuff, with Sheffield United still leading Stoke City by 1-0. It's always a tough night when you come to the Potteries, and it's physical, it's demanding. Brewster still has a little bit of a limp about him on this right hand side. Cannon's put his bib back on and continues to loosen up on this near touchline, but I think for the moment Brewster's going to stay on. Right footed ball clipped forward by Holding, looking for Kiefer Moore, who wins the first header. Tyrese Campbell's going to try and chase onto it and keep it in play on the far side, which he does. McCallum goes to help him out. Back to Campbell, level with the edge of the penalty area, in towards the feet of O'Hare, spinning on that far side. O'Hare ball at feet. Campbell, they try to play the 1-2 inside the Stoke City penalty area, but it's intercepted by Lewis Baker, who does well. And then Berger with an excellent little flick and touch to find Baker. Wonderful bit of skill just to bring Stoke City out of trouble on this left hand side. Gooch in once more to Berger. Berger pokes on its way towards Gallagher, and Holding's alert to the danger and feeds it back to Michael Cooper.
Yeah, fantastic play. Link up with Berger and Lewis Baker there. We've got to say marshalled all the way, and then that ball in behind for Gallagher to run onto, I've got to say was cut out fantastically well from Holding. Good defending.
Just beyond the hour mark, at the Bet365. You're listening to the EFL on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL, where it remains Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 1. Reminder, tomorrow lunchtime, Luton against Coventry is live here on TalkSport 2 from 12:30, a game affecting the teams at the bottom, including, of course, Stoke City here, and also the chase for those playoff places. Right-footed ball swung in by Gooch. Lawal tries a spectacular overhead kick. He's then kind of half on the floor when Robinson tries to get past him to try and win the ball. There was a half-hearted call for a penalty and a wave of the arms in the air from the man alongside.
Yeah, but it was much better from Gooch, wasn't it? No nonsense, just take it out his feet, put the ball in the box. Lawal tries the acrobatic one, but keeps the ball kind of under control in the box. He falls on top of it. Robinson's on the back of him there. Can't see it. There's nothing's going to be given there, but like you say, better quality coming in from the wide area.
Is holding down the right hand side again for Sheffield United. Poor pass. He's given it away immediately to Beijing Ho, and they try to get it back once more, but Brewster will clip a ball forward. Campbell takes it down edge of the penalty area, and it had to be cleared, but only half cleared. Callum O'Hare, left hand edge of the box, ball at feet. O'Hare tries to turn onto his right foot, gets the ball stuck under his feet, and Stoke City can get it clear, and then Lawal is fouled by Vinny Sousa's challenge, and the referee gives the free kick and nothing more.
Yeah, I thought, to be fair, I thought there was a high foot there from Vinny Sousa, but Jared Gerrard, the referee, was very well positioned. I think he took a sore one, didn't he?
I think so, right. I think Cannonier's going to come on. We're also going to see the introduction down below as well of Harrison Burrows, and maybe even a third change coming here for Sheffield United. I think Sidney Peck's going to enter the fray as well, just to freshen things up for Chris Wilder's side. In the meantime, it's a free kick for Stoke City, midway inside their own half. It's going to be taken by Ashley Phillips. And of course, 5-0 down in 41 minutes to Leeds on Monday. They have gone 5 unbeaten prior to that, of course. Their record as well. They do struggle to win when they fall behind. Twice they've managed to do it when conceding first this season. They really need to do it tonight, and they've got about 27 minutes in which to do it. They trail Sheffield United by 1-0, and it will leave Stoke on 50 points with a game to play, and then they'll spend tomorrow afternoon listening to TalkSport as we go around the grounds from 2:30, trying to hope and pray that one of those teams below them in particular start to lose. Although there's some of the drama we saw over the Easter weekend. There's a foul there on Jack Robinson in the far corner, and it will be a free kick for Sheffield United, and they can make their trio of substitutions.
Yeah, it's a poor challenge from Wouterberg. There's no reason. Done ever so well, just patiently putting the press on, forcing Sheffield United back. They weren't going anywhere, so for him just to let them off like that, getting the lazy foot.
So Harrison Burrows is coming on. He's the man who started the most games outfield for Sheffield United this season. He'll come on to replace the goal scorer Sam McCallum in the first of the 3 changes. The assistant referee making them all line up down below. The next swap's going to see Tyrese Campbell coming off to be replaced by Tom Cannon. Hence the boos and the applause that he offers all around the Bet365 stadium. And then last but by no means least, we're going to see the introduction of Sidney Peck, and he's going to come on to replace Femi Siriki. So Peck will go into midfield, and Chowdhury will make his way to right back in those 3 changes for Sheffield United. Yeah,
and I think just Tyrese Campbell as well and McCallum both on yellow cards as well, so like for like with Cannon.
Really will be a fascinating afternoon of Championship action tomorrow, and particularly League 1 and League 2 too, of course. You can follow it all around the grounds with Adrian Durham from 2:30 tomorrow afternoon on TalkSport. Prior to that, Chelsea versus Everton is our live and exclusive Premier League game on Game Day exclusive from 11 o'clock on TalkSport. And of course, once Adrian's done tomorrow afternoon at 5:15, we'll bring you the FA Cup semi-final between Crystal Palace and Aston Villa from Wembley. And then of course on Sunday we've got that other semi-final for you with Manchester City in action against Nottingham Forest. That one's a 4:30 start on Sunday afternoon on TalkSport. Here comes Beijing Ho down this left-hand side towards the edge of the penalty area. Chowdhury, who's now the right back for Sheffield United, immediately has work to do. He gets some help from Rob Holding. Holding gets it up towards halfway. Wilmot wins the header, nods it down into the path of the impressive Lewis Baker. To the right hand side, Shamadou going forward to that far touchline. Junior Shamadou's continued his run as Manoff comes infield again. There's just a stopping of play. Shamadou was in that advanced position. Now Manoff has the ball at his feet. Can't quite work out where he's going here, so he's just forced back onto his left foot and all the way back to Phillips. And in the centre circle now it's Wilmot as they try now to go down this left hand side with the driving Lyndon Gooch and the help once more of Beijing-Ho. And again Beijing-Ho will go back towards halfway. It's patient. It's the way Mark Robins likes to play his football.
Yeah, he does. I think it's one of those things. I think the players have taken that on board and in control of this game at the minute. I've got to say Sheffield United have conceded possessions, sitting in, just defending the leads. I think they've showcased that they can do that very well when they're at it. Something that's been probably lacking in the last few games.
Yeah, I'm not sure the supporters quite like that sight of moving from the final third back to the goalkeeper for Stoke City when they desperately need to win this game. And I know it's the way Mark Robins wants to play, but you know what fans are like.
Yeah, I understand that. I think when Sheffield United are in two solid units, and the attack are dropping in as well, sometimes you just have to kind of recycle it. I don't feel they needed to go back to the goalkeeper. They can switch play, try and go down the other side. Just make sure with the pace of the pass, they don't need to. Can they miss a player out as well? It just kind of breaks that defensive unit from Lawal.
Lawal down that right hand side. He just got the other side of Robinson, but he ran the ball out of play, and it'll be a goal kick from Cooper away to our left hand side. Only Norwich and Preston won fewer points in April so far than what Sheffield United have managed. It just shows how that run came at such a wrong time for them. And when you consider Norwich have sacked their manager and Preston have suddenly found themselves sucked into this relegation picture as well, it just shows what a rough time those two have had. Just the 3 points in April so far. These will be 3 precious more if Sheffield United can manage them today. They'll move up to 89. Of course, Leeds last year finished on 90 and finished in third place, so there is an incentive there for Chris Wilder's side. They face Blackburn on the final day of the season. Of course, Stoke will head to Derby, who themselves could be desperately needing the points to stay alive in the Championship. What a final day game that could be, Derby against Stoke. And of course the two places not too far apart as well geographically too, so there is a bit of rivalry there as well. Here's Johansson away to our right hand side. Really good defending that time down this right hand side from Wilmot. Long one forward to that far touchline, picked up this time by Manoff. Manoff's looking for the support, which is coming down that right hand touchline by Shamadou, but instead he goes on his own with his left foot from about 25 yards out and fires it over the top of Cooper's crossbar.
He's done ever so well, Manhoef, to get into the position, but he's just trying to feel it into the top corner. I think from distance as well, you just got to make sure that the connection, put your laces through that just make sure you're working Michael Cooper in the Sheffield United goal there.
69 minutes on the clock. You're listening to Stoke against Sheffield United in the EFL Championship live on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the app and get rewards points. 18 plus. Participating restaurants, delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com. There is real jeopardy for Stoke City right now. They trail Sheffield United by a goal here at the Bet365, and as things stand they will sit on 50 points with one game to play, and all of a sudden everything around them could influence. 3 points they need from these final 2 games, and boy would there be some night in Stoke tonight if they could get it done this evening. But they need 2 goals for that, and at this moment in time Sheffield United are looking quite comfortable. Long one forward from Cooper towards Kiefer Moore, who doesn't win that header this time. It's well won by Ashley Phillips, who've been impressive tonight for Stoke City. Millian Manoff on the far side gives the ball in field that time to Berger, who shifts it to Beijing-Ho down this left hand side. He's got Gooch outside him. It's a terrible pass from Beijing-Ho, nowhere near Gooch, and it's out for what will be a goal kicking again. They're getting restless around us.
No, they are. No, rightfully so. I think they are Beijing-Ho. It's just about end product. It's a fantastic ball from Berger. I don't understand why William Manhoff and Beijing Ho are coming more central now, trying to get as close as they can to Gallagher or Lawal. They need to be expansive, create those 1v1s, and they've got the likes of Shamadou and Gooch creating those little overloads because they've got the energy to get up and around them as well.
Gooch finds Beijing Ho, swings that one towards the back post. Cooper has to palm it behind. It was floating devilishly towards the goal, and Cooper decided there's no way he could gather it, and he had to palm it behind for a corner. On that far side, the Stoke City right, going short to pick it up, is Manoff, but I think it's going to be Baker who decides that he's going to actually deliver it into the penalty area. 18 and a half minutes left. There's going to be a change as well, and we're going to see the departure of Beijing Ho, and on will come Ali Al-Hamadi on loan from Ipswich. Scored on his debut, did Al-Hamadi, but we've not seen anything since for Stoke City. As we welcome listeners to Talk Sport to the Bet365 with just over 18 minutes of normal time remaining. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 1. It's a corner right now on that right hand side, which Baker will take for Stoke City, headed goalwards and straight into the arms of Michael Cooper in the Sheffield United goal. Sam McCallum's second championship goal of the season. It's what separates these two sides, and Chris Iwelumo, the former Stoke City striker, alongside me here at the Bet365. Chris, it's real jeopardy now for Stoke. 3 points they need from these two games. They want to get it done tonight at home. They've got Derby away on the final day, and well, if they lose tonight, they're going to be relying on results to go their way elsewhere tomorrow. Yeah,
very much so. Not a nice position to be in, but like you say, they're definitely this second half controlling it a lot more with the ball. It's just about having that final bit of quality in that attacking third. You know, that decision making needs to be improved. There've been some good balls coming from either flank at the minute. Al-Hamadi there having a free header again, had to do a lot of work and try and generate the power himself to get it to steer it goalwards, but just couldn't beat Michael Cooper.
Lawal gets it forward on that far side, edge of the penalty area. Baker, who come closest to scoring in the first half for Stoke City, gives it back to Berger. Berger then helps it on its way to Shamadou, and they've given the ball away.
Well, Baker's first touch should be inside the 18-yard box, then he's taken 2-3 players out there. He comes back, he takes a little Cruyff turn, comes back in, has to beat them all over again.
There's a real patient side to this Stoke City play that's not winning the fans over around us, who I think want something a little bit more desperate, attacking quicker and gung-ho as they desperately try to get those 3 points to secure that championship status for another 12 months. And Chris, Sheffield United have bounced back well from that disappointment on Monday, haven't they?
No, they've reacted well. I've got to say, an excellent...
Well, this comes to Gallagher. Gallagher at the edge of the penalty area, can't quite get the ball down. It was an outstretched boot from Robinson, and it just landed at the feet of Gallagher, but again, couldn't get it out from under his feet.
It's an excellent run from the big man as well. Just couldn't get control of the ball. Hamza Chowdhury across, make sure that... So I tell you what, it's a very, very timely challenge.
We've got 74 minutes on the clock here, just 16 remaining then, and it's still Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 1, and coverage continues right now on Talk Sport 2. Well, they want a corner here. Gooch has gone down the left-hand side, but again, Jared Gillett not interested. Going to be a goal kick away to our left-hand side. It was Gooch who attempted to get the cross away. Brewster was back defending, and it did come off Gooch. And actually, Jared Gillett's made a very good decision.
Well, I have to say, the two of them had a few little comments, nice comments as well, Brewster and Gooch, but they've been at each other right from the start, haven't they? So, no, fair play to them.
Well, the crowd are up again, and no surprise. They really have created a terrific atmosphere tonight. But at this moment in time, the Stoke City players haven't as yet delivered. That City Peck's going to get penalised there. He's all over Bosun Lawal in the middle of the park, and Lawal now's got the ball at his feet, slips it through. Al-Hamadi with a shot, good save by the outstretched boot that time of Michael Cooper. Great position for Al-Hamadi inside the penalty area, and Cooper just with his left boot makes the save. And Chris Wilder says to these Sheffield United players, just calm down.
Well, to be fair, Jared Gillett, I think, allowed Lawal to kind of take the free kick a little bit advanced, taking out 3 Sheffield United players there, but he's taken it, he's got it back. It's a great little way to pass for Al-Hamadi. To be fair, he's in complete control of it. I think he has to do better there. The connection isn't great. It's a good save from Michael Cooper, but that should be in the back of the net.
Former Scotland striker Chris Iwelumo, he knows if Al-Hamadi should have done better. If he says so, then he should. Good save from Cooper though, with his outstretched left boot. That's hacked over the top by Berger. Al-Hamadi again gets it down, puts it in the path of Manoff on that far side, but Burrows is there with his fresh legs to get it up towards Callum O'Hare. Skips past the first challenge. O'Hare now on that left-hand side, trying to get away. Baker's back trying to do some hard work defending, and in the end O'Hare goes down and the throwing goes the way of Stoke City. That's brilliant from Baker.
It's brilliant. Harrison Burrows just reading the danger there, coming in, and then great little bit of quality from Callum O'Hare. Followed all the way with Baker. Fantastic strength as well he showed.
It's end-to-end stuff at the Bet365. 14 minutes remaining. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 1. You're listening to Talk Sport 2, your home of the EFL. Tomorrow lunchtime, a real nail-biter, Luton against Coventry City. Coventry City looking to secure their place in the playoffs. Luton Town looking to try and secure a place in the Championship for next season and avoid back-to-back relegations. It will be some atmosphere, that is pretty sure, and it's live. 12 o'clock the coverage starts, 12:30 the kickoff, and that will be followed up by Brighton against West Ham, which is exclusive to TalkSport 2 in the Premier League tomorrow afternoon. Here at the Bet365, 13 minutes remaining, throw on the far side. Shamadou's going to take it down that right hand side for Stoke City. Mark Robbins just looks, and well, I don't know how you can describe it really. He looks very frustrated. He's got his arms folded now. I think he can't work out how they've not quite managed to breach that Sheffield United defence, but they have only conceded 35 goals this season in total. One of the better defences in the Championship for sure. Though they have found clean sheets hard to come by in recent times. Just one in the last 6 games for Michael Cooper between the sticks for Sheffield United, and a real confidence booster if they could have one today. 12.5 minutes away from it, and it's a Sheffield United free kick on that far side, and it's midway inside the Stoke City half. Right by the far touchline. Burrows is across. Brewster's across there. Brewster with his right foot, Burrows with his left foot. And again a one-man wall provided this time by Lewis Baker for Stoke City. It's going to be swung in, I think, probably by Brewster this time. Kiefer Moore, likely target. Cannon's inside the penalty area as well. As Holding's gone forward too. The only one who stayed back really is Robinson. Left-footed ball from Burrows, and it comes off the shoulder of Kiefer Moore. Nearly come down towards Holding, who tried to direct it goalwards, and Johansson will pick it up and immediately bowl it out down this left-hand side. And he sets away Ali Al-Hamadi, but Hamza Chowdhury's across with a challenge, and it's a throw for Stoke City.
Yeah, fantastic quality from Victor Johansson. Releasing Al-Hamadi there, but I'm looking at the marking there. It's zonal marking. You can't allow Kiefer Moore to have a free rein and do what he wants. Makes no sense. One of you has to take responsibility, then the rest of you can go and do the zonal.
Phillips goes short to Ben Wilmot. Wilmot will come forward down this left hand side, joined from Watford back in 2021. 150th appearance for Stoke tonight for Wilmot. And he's got the ball 10 yards short of halfway. Wide on this left-hand side, he finds Lyndon Gooch. The American looks to cut infield, and then he gets away from Kiefer Moore and finds himself a bit of room. Then clips the ball over the top, looking for Al-Hamadi. Can't find him, but Gallagher's there to pick up the pieces from the clearing header from Holding. Gallagher out wide on this left-hand side. Short to Gooch. Gooch on his right foot. Gets it into the middle where it's picked up by Manoff. Manoff is 5 or 6 yards outside the penalty area. Comes back again on this near side where he finds Wilmot once more. Manoff, then left-footed ball played in. It's poor. It's easily cleared. First man is Holding, and he gets it away from the edge of the Sheffield United penalty area. And that's a poor header this time from Phillips, but Berger will sweep it up inside the centre circle and keep the momentum going for the team from the Potteries on that far side.
Yeah, he's done well there, Berger. He had to win the challenge. It was going to be 3v3 if he doesn't.
Into the final 10 minutes. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 1. It's going to be back to winning ways for Sheffield United as things stand. And for Stoke, 2 straight defeats, 6-0 to Leeds on Monday. Potentially 1-0 here tonight to Sheffield United as things stand. Lawal's trying to do something about it on that far side. Infield he goes to the ever busy Manoff, who then goes to the right again where it's picked up by Baker. This Baker's been literally every blade of grass I think he's covered tonight for Stoke City. Wilmot inside the centre circle. Forward it goes to Berger. Berger running out wide to this left-hand side to Gooch. Very much in the ascendancy on the attacking front. Lovely ball. Gallagher gets the other side of Hamza Chowdhury and wins his side a corner.
Yeah, it's fantastic play. Lyndon Gooch down this left-hand side. Little one with the outside of the right boot. Wait a pass. Sam Gallagher's done everything right. He's on side. I just think he allows Hamza Chowdhury. He shows too much of the ball. I think he can protect it more there. Take his first touch into the box. That's him. Hamza Chowdhury's behind them. He's actually running at the goal, and he can actually get his head up and be composed and have a shot yourself or pick someone out. But he just showed too much of the ball there.
Baker again from this left-hand side, right-footed in-swinger for Stoke City towards that back post, up and away by Kiefer Moore. Loire brings it down, it's driven goalwards by Manoff, couple of deflections, this time off Vinny Souza, and out for another corner on this left-hand side. They'll get another attempt to get this right.
Picking up second balls, that's exactly what you want. Sheffield United aren't really, they're clearing the areas, but like you say, it's important then for Cannon to come back and do his little bit. At the minute, it's all Stoke City.
Baker again to the edge of the 6-yard box again. It's a good header away. This time I think Robinson may have been the player that got on that one, and he's gone down. So it will be a free kick for Sheffield United, just short of the penalty spot, away to our left-hand side.
It's a great defensive header from Robinson as well, isn't it? There's just no need to foul, because it's falling straight to Loire. It's going to be coming straight back in.
It's hard to believe that Lewis Baker was out on loan at Blackburn for the first half of this season. There were some decisions that I think, like was it Tyler Morton one last year at where he was away from Blackburn on loan at Ipswich. Some decisions don't make sense. Lewis Baker's been excellent.
Yeah, he's been outstanding, fantastic player, but there was a few issues behind the scenes with Lewis Baker, and I think Mark Robbins has come in and made some important decisions. That's the kind of player you want in the building.
It looks like Junior Shamadou is down with a problem on that far side for Stoke City. It could well just be cramp, based on the fact he's got one leg currently resting on the physio's left shoulder, which is always a sign. Such intimacy tends to mean there is a cramp problem. Gives me a chance to remind you the sports bar's getting underway tonight over on TalkSport in about 20 minutes time. Adam Catterall and Carlton Cole will be taking your calls if you want to reflect on tonight's action. 03717 223344 is the number to dial. You can also, using that number, send a voice note via WhatsApp if you would like to get in touch. I'm sure there'll be plenty of boxing talk as well out of that big fight tomorrow night, which you can hear live for free on TalkSport from 8 o'clock. You can also watch along with the TalkSport YouTube boxing channel as Conor Ben takes on Chris Eubank Jr. I wonder if he's going to be able to continue here, or whether we're going to see a change. It does look as though we may be seeing Kumas is about to come on. Lewis Kumas for Stoke City. He's just taking on board some hydration as we continue to treat on the far side Shamadou, and maybe this is a little bit more than cramp given the amount of time he's been down. Yeah,
there was a coming together. He stayed down, but he's tried to kind of go up and run it off. I don't know if it's, I think maybe if it's, it looks like he's holding the back of the calf, isn't it? So I don't know if it's just been a collision, maybe a knee into the back of the calf, a dead calf.
Well, the clock ticking away, 6 minutes plus time added still to play. And I think it's just worth reminding everyone some of those fixtures that are coming up tomorrow afternoon in the Championship. Of course, it's so crucial at this time of the season. We've already talked about Luton against Coventry, which is the 12:30 kickoff in the game that's live on TalkSport 2 tomorrow. Of course, Cardiff desperately need to win. They really have to win tomorrow. They're at home against West Bromwich Albion. We've also got Hull taking on Derby. I mean, wow, the massive game that is in terms of trying to get into the playoffs. Middlesbrough in action against Norwich. That's another 3 o'clock kickoff. Millwall knocking on the door of the playoffs as well. They take on Swansea City. Oxford trying to get themselves clear of danger once and for all, of entertaining Sunderland. And then Preston against Plymouth. Wow, I mean, that's a huge game as well. Plymouth still rooted to the foot of the table despite victory last time out. We're going to see a couple of changes here for Stoke City, and we're going to see the introduction of Josh Wilson-Esbrand, and we're also going to see Lewis Kumas, and Kumas coming on to replace Manoff, who's departing, and obviously Shamadou has gone off as well. And they are the two changes from Mark Robbins with 5 minutes to play, Chris Llewellyn.
Yeah, just like you say, like for like, isn't it? Just trying to kind of influence the game, some fresh legs as well. Big fan of Kumas as well, very intelligent player, doesn't get enough game time in my opinion. I think he's been pushed out wide. I liked him when he was actually as the point, as the 9, movement, occupied the defenders, could go in behind. His hold-up play was very, very good. Just a big fan.
Well, he hasn't scored a league goal since the 7th of December is the reality. We're going to see Ryan Brewster coming off here as well for Sheffield United, and Andre Brooks is coming on. Made a sub-appearance against Coventry, only appearance since January for Andre Brooks, but he's out there today, and we've got 4 minutes remaining. Plus I think we're probably going to be looking at maybe about 6 minutes added, you think?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So there's plenty of time here for Stoke City, who trail by a goal to nil, and this means that they will head to Derby on the final day, unless of course results go their way tomorrow afternoon in the Championship. Still needing at least probably a point, maybe more, for survival. They could put it to bed today and leave it in their own hands if they can secure the victory. Here's Kumas on the far side, immediately though intercepted by Burrows, who launches the ball forward towards Cannon on this far side, skews off the head of Wilmot to the left, where it's picked up and brought forward by Wilson Esbrand. Gooch has gone over to play right back, by the way, with that substitution of Shamadou. Peck does well to find Cannon. O'Hare over the top. City Peck's continued his run here into the box. Peck lays it on a plate for Brooks, who finishes it with his first touch of the game. And Andre Brooks secures the 3 points for Sheffield United. He's only been on the field of play a matter of seconds, and he's got his 3rd Championship goal of the season. A delightful finish from Andre Brooks, and Stoke City find themselves in real peril of the drop down to League One as things stand. They're losing on the night and may well need points when they head to Derby on the final day of the season. Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 2.
Well, it's an excellent goal, isn't it? I've got to say, the ball from Sidney Peck as well, just in behind the last defender and goalkeeper. You can't affect that, you can't stop that. Excellent quality. He makes that run in behind. It's just helped on. Little one in behind, I tell you what, Callum O'Hare, fantastic ball as well, but the ball is outstanding. And I've got to say, Andre Brooks just makes sure he does everything right, knows where the goal is, just gets the connection right. I think Victor Johansson gets something on it but can't stop it.
It's the most beautiful pass.
It's an excellent ball, isn't it?
Take that pass and hang it in the Louvre. I would say it's that good.
Gets the right hand on it as well.
Timing of it, I know. Timing of it. He's had his hands on both goals, to be fair.
Yeah.
The timing of that pass was exceptional, and the timing of Andre Brooks' run was pretty good too.
Yeah, it's excellent. Sidney Peck, I think I'm a big fan. He's covers all over, excellent energy, gets into the box, but then he's got that range of pass as well. To see that, the way it was excellent.
No surprise the Stoke City fans are heading for the exit, beaten by Leeds on Monday, 6-0. They come home here, which has been a bit of a fortress in recent times, and Sheffield United are taking all 3 points away from the Bet365 as things stand. It will leave Stoke on 50 points, 4 points above the bottom 3, but all of those with a game in hand which they will play tomorrow, and suddenly that game between Derby and Hull tomorrow becomes so crucial at the MKM as that ball's clipped over the top. Maybe there's a chance here for Kumas to get in, and Robinson puts it behind and out of play for a corner on the far side. Maybe there's some life in Stoke yet.
Just need to take a better touch there. Kumas showed too much of it to Robinson. Get it under control and you can at least either get a shot away or pick someone out. As soon as you let it bounce, only favours the defender.
Vast swaves of empty red seats around the Bet365. You have to say they've been terrific tonight, the home support, as Callum O'Hare makes his way off the field of play, and Anel Ahmedhodzic will come on to try and close things out here for Sheffield United. So the sacrificing of O'Hare as they try and just finish this one off. He'll make the long walk round from behind the Sheffield United goal. It's taken short here for Stoke down that right hand side. Here's Lewis Baker, tries to play the ball across, and they want a handball. It's just going to be a corner as it's blocked out by Sidney Peck at the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, definitely can't do anything else about that. Ball just kicked right at him there. Sidney Peck stops the cross from coming in.
5 added minutes at the end of this game here on TalkSport 2. Stoke 0, Sheffield United 2. Comes down to Al-Hamadi tries to set it up. Oh, and Andre Brooks has smuggled away, and there's 3 Sheffield United shirts forward here. There's an entourage arriving in red and white, but can they stop the pass from Andre Brooks? Yes, they can, and that was an opportunity for Sheffield United to add a third and really finish this game off.
Well, what it needed was Andre Brooks just to play the City back ball, wasn't it, for Tom Cannon on this right hand side. Very, very similar. Tried to do it with the left, just never had the quality.
Far side for Stoke City. Wilson Esbrand gets the ball back across as far as Wilmot down this left hand side. Gallagher again has dropped in short to try and pick up possession, but they're playing side to side. I don't wish to alarm them. They've got 4 minutes of stoppage time to find some goals here, and it's Al-Hamadi on that far side. Al-Hamadi has it again, right for the ball across from Kumas, just to the feet of Robinson, and then Peck will play it out, intercepted by Gooch on the charge, 25 yards from goal, tees it up down this left hand side from Wilson Esbrand, and he just runs into the feet on this near touchline of Ahmed Hodzic, who then charges away for Sheffield United down this right hand side. He's been tracked by Berger, but in the end it's picked up by Wilson Esbrand on this near touchline. Peck comes across with a challenge, and the ball goes into touch for a throw to Stoke City on this near side.
Yeah, no nonsense. Sidney Peck, really, really good challenge as well. Ahmed Hodzic there just driving, doing everything, taking the ball away from the Sheffield United goal, trying to take it into the corner. Was allowed to without a Berger followed him all the way. But like you say, no urgency from Stoke. This is when you try and go a little bit direct, play in the right area, pick up second balls in that attacking third, and then play on from there. At the minute it's a bit too laboured, a little bit too slow.
Here's a throw down this left hand side. Wilson Esbrand will take it for Stoke City. All of a sudden that 66-1 that Hugh Woosencroft got a little bit earlier today on them being relegated suddenly maybe has a little bit of life in it. Edge of the penalty area, Berger out wide on this left hand side. Wilson Esbrand with a chance to cross. It's a poor cross, doesn't beat Hamza Chowdhury, who then plays the ball out on this near side to Peck. Peck up the line, Cannon on the charge here over halfway. Cannon, who was here at the start of the season, of course, scored 9 championship goals for Stoke City. He finds Burrows. Burrows at the edge of the penalty area. On his left foot, Burrows. He's looking for Brooks outside of him, who was in an offside position but then made himself available. Now Vinny Souza, far side. Brooks has it again, just keeping the ball for Sheffield United. Burrows is on that far touchline. We've got 2 added minutes of the 5 remaining. It's in with Sidney Peck here for Sheffield United. Souza to this right hand side. Chowdhury's there. Back to halfway. Good to see Souza getting 90 minutes. I think that would have been important today for Chris Wilder. Since his return, it's not really happened on that far side. Brooks and Sheffield United, the Olays have started from those travelling supporters in the far corner, have turned out in a decent number tonight. Here's Brooks now down that left hand side. He goes early this time. Kiefer Moore arriving, and he volleys it over the bar from 8 yards out.
Oh, you can't ask for any better from Brooks there. Fantastic ball in. He reads the flight of the ball, he gets the connection, but I think he's stretching for it. I still think he has to work. Victor Johansson in the goal. It's an excellent ball. Yeah, he has to just, I don't understand how he can get himself under that there.
A minute to play. Here comes Stoke down this left hand side, wanting a foul I think that time, but not given, as Sam Gallagher goes to ground, and Sheffield United have possession on that far side. They will face Blackburn at home on that final game. They move up to 89 points tonight. Sheffield United going in search of that record number of points for finishing third and not getting automatic promotion from the Championship. Of course, Burnley and Leeds, if they win their last 2 games, will both finish the season on 100 points each, which is unprecedented in the Championship. Leeds, with the better goal difference, of course, would end up winning the title, and Sheffield United could finish in third place on an astonishing 92 points. Those 3 really kind of head and shoulders above everyone else in the Championship, but they will have to face the playoffs. Likely to, of course, to face either Coventry or Middlesbrough as things stand. They're occupying those places. So Bristol City, should I say, and Coventry. Middlesbrough and Millwall trying to sneak in there as well. Throw in on that far side. Oh, free kick, should I say, which Robinson will take for Sheffield United. And Jared Gillett blows his whistle, and the boos ring out around the Bet365. They needed 3 points from their final 2 games to keep things in their own hands. It's now 3 points from their final game away at Derby in terms of keeping Stoke City and their championship status intact for next season. A first half goal for Sheffield United coming from Sam McCullum from close range, and that was added to in the second half by an excellent finish from Andre Brooks. He'd only been on the field of play for about 45 seconds. It was his first touch of the game, but it was after a delightful pass from Sidney Peck. Lewis Baker probably went closest all in all for Stoke in the first half, and also there was an opportunity for Al Hamadi in the second period that was well saved by Michael Cooper. But in the end, Sheffield United deserving of the victory, and it's going to be a jittery week or so in the Potteries, unless of course things go their way with results tomorrow afternoon in the Championship, when Around the Grounds is on the air on TalkSport from 2:30. Full time here though at the Bet365. Another poor night for Stoke City, and the nerves are certainly still in place as they leave the Bet365. It's finished Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 2.
Yes, Stoke City now likely to go down to the final day in terms of ensuring their survival, unless of course the results all go their way. Tomorrow we shall see. Chris Ualumo, I'll start with Stoke City actually, because when you think about it, they are two very difficult fixtures for them. They went away to Leeds, they lost 6-0. They I think improved obviously here tonight, so they can take it as a step in the right direction despite the result. What did you make of their performance as a whole?
Yeah, the performance was better, but still, you know, the quality at the top end, that's what it's all about. You know, they had some big opportunities, they never capitalised on that. Second half they kind of controlled that. I think that's down to Sheffield United probably conceding possession a little bit and dropping in to defend that lead. They still looked threatening when they got on the ball, Sheffield United, and down both flanks. The second goal was absolutely outstanding. The ball from Sidney Peck was brilliant, wasn't it? The pace, the execution, and obviously the Brooks finish was obviously it was coming, wasn't it? But I think Matt Robbins, you know, I expected more, just for the fact I think even in the second half when it's 1-0, even at 2-0, there was no urgency. You know, that's when you actually have to throw everything at it. You have to go a little bit direct. You know, you've got Sam Gallagher up there. He'll win his fair amount of aerial duels, and then that's where you can pick up the game from there and try and take some shots on. You know, waiting for overplaying outside the 18-yard box. Just, you know, all you want is good quality coming into the box for the players to go and attack. If not, then you pick up second balls and you take shots on. It just wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough, and like you say, you're relying on others to do you favours now, and if that doesn't happen, then it's crunch time. You know, it's away to Derby as well, who are fighting for their life. So yeah, it's not going to be an enjoyable Saturday afternoon for the boys, I'll tell you that.
As it stands, Stoke City remain at 4 points clear of the drop zone. Two teams, in fact, on 46 points. Luton Town, who face Coventry tomorrow. Derby County obviously go to Hull. Hull just 2 points behind Stoke City. Preston and Oxford, though, wedged in between them. They will feel relatively comfortable with the idea that they won't go down, given that there are 4 teams currently between Stoke City and the relegation zone. However, it's a very tricky looking fixture to go away to Pride Park, especially if Derby County can get the win tomorrow away at Hull City. It means they would have to wait and see if other teams can do them a favour. We shall see for Stoke City exactly how the fixtures come up tomorrow. But for Sheffield United, real positivity watching Tyrese Campbell giving his shirt away to some young travelling fans. There's a sense of real positivity. You can hear the fans inside the stadium sound like they're the home crowd. They're making plenty of noise because their team, I think they want to show, you know, that they're all right behind them as they go towards this playoff campaign. Yeah,
and you can see Chris Wilder is absolutely delighted, isn't he? And he's out there and he's enjoying it as well. You know, I think that's what it's all about now. That positive vibe, you know, try and take that winning feeling into the next game and then carry that momentum on into the playoffs. I think the players that he's brought in performed well. They controlled large parts of the game, showed real good quality as well. Some excellent goals. So it's all positive, you know, and that's it, that winning feeling again. There's no better feeling in the game, especially when you go out there and you show the quality that's probably let them down the last few weeks as well. So they've shown some character there as well. So like you say, I think he's made the right decision making the changes. It'll create that competitive atmosphere. It'll lift the players that haven't been involved tonight, knowing that it's all to play for. So it's done its job.
Absolutely it has. Sheffield United will host Blackburn on the final day in front of their own fans at Bramall Lane. They will want to give a positive send-off before the campaign in the playoffs, and I think tonight they got everything they wanted as they head off as favourites in my eyes still towards that playoff campaign. Gentlemen, it's been a real pleasure. Adam Bridge and Chris Maluma, the former Scotland striker, with you tonight on TalkSport 2. Much more still to come tomorrow across the TalkSport network. At lunchtime kickoff, exclusively live on TalkSport. Chelsea against Everton in the Premier League. Here at lunchtime on TalkSport 2, it'll be Luton against Coventry, followed by Brighton against West Ham in the Premier League at 3 o'clock. 5:15 on TalkSport. Tomorrow we're at Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final between Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. Plenty of live football on Sunday as well. A double from the Women's Champions League semi-final second legs. Both English clubs needing to overturn a deficit. At Chelsea 4-1 down on Barcelona. They host them at 2 o'clock. Arsenal go to Lyon at 5 o'clock. 2-1 down on aggregate. At 4:30 on TalkSport, we will have Nottingham Forest against Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final. I'll be back here on Monday night for EFL All Access at 6 p.m, and from 7, all the build up to our live commentary to round off the weekend of Leeds United against playoff chasers Bristol City. Sports Bar about to get underway with Adam Catchall and Carlson Cole over on TalkSport. You can get your calls in to reflect what you've seen tonight. 03717 223344. Up next here on TalkSport 2, live PGA Tour golf action from the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. But it is the Blades who sharpen themselves up for a tilt at the playoffs with victory tonight at Stoke City, who must fight on to ensure their championship survival. It's finished Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 2.
EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's. There's nothing quite like a McDelivery. You in? 18 plus participating restaurants. Delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
This Tuesday, Amazon brings the unmissable UEFA Champions League match. Arsenal versus PSG.
Magnificent. A wonderful goal.
This Tuesday, Arsenal versus PSG. It's on Prime. Have you bought a vehicle on finance between 2008 and 2020? Then you could be owed thousands in compensation. mycarloanclaims.co.uk can check to see if your dealer earned hidden commission. For more information on our no-win, no-fee service, text DRIVE to 60777. That's DRIVE to 60777. mycarloanclaims.co.uk is a trading style of Allorco, an SRA-regulated law firm.
Right now, exclusively at Morrison's, you can still get a range of free Pyrex containers with your new More Card stamps. Earn a stamp for every tenner you spend in store. Collect, then get your free Pyrex. We've got little ones perfect for leftover stir-fry, all the way up to big ones for batch-cooked spag bowl. Whatever works for you, turn your big shop into Pyrex with More Card stamps.
More reasons to shop at Morrison's.
More Card app required. 18 plus. Excludes online and Morrison's Daily. T's and C's apply. See online for details.
Now it's even easier to sell for free on eBay. I was thinking, maybe I should sell that juicer we've used a grand total of once. Or the shirt I've been saying I'll wear for the last 2 years, but never have. Or that tiger cushion the dog barks at every time he's in the lounge. Oh, is that it again? No, Bertie!
With new AI listing features and simple delivery, it's now even easier to sell for free on eBay. Download the app now. eBay. Things people love. T's and C's apply. Excludes vehicles.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. So, start the countdown to your next family getaway. Imagine jetting off to Tenerife, Bodrum and Rhodes. Staying for as long as you like with flexible durations, all while enjoying award-winning VIP service. Book now from your nearest airport with just a £60 deposit per person. Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. After Natural Protected. Subject to availability and conditions.
Live on DAZN April 26th. Over 30 years of rivalry and hatred. All comes down to this. Eubank Jr. versus Ben. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
TalkSport 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL.
tomorrow. Game day is go.
Stimulate your senses with a heavy-duty payload of thrilling Premier League football.
What a start!
Exclusive full-match commentary of Chelsea versus Everton.
And the ball is in the back of the net!
Coverage from 11, kick-off 12:30 on TalkSport.
On DAB+, online, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker.
Live PGA Tour Golf on TalkSport 2.
Hello and welcome to TalkSport 2 and our live coverage of the PGA Tour Golf, the Zurich Classic of New Orleans from TPC Louisiana, just outside of New Orleans at Avondale. And it is the it's something slightly different for golf-wise for you today, because it is the pairs, it's the doubles. Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry, the Irishman, reigning champions, and are doing okay. They're tied fifth at the moment at 13 under, 3 shots off of the American pair of Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin. On 16 under, Jacob Bridgman and Chandler Phillips, fellow Americans, they're through. They finished their round on 14 under. And then the Danish brothers of Nikolai and Rasmus Højgaard also level with them on 14 under. They've got 3 holes left to play. And Isaiah Salinda and Kevin Velo, the Americans, are tied second on 14 under as well. But Rory and Shane, Rory McIlroy, of course, off of that brilliant Masters win 2 weeks ago, just under 2 weeks ago, and his great friend Shane Lowry, who hung around waiting for him at the end of that incredible playoff where McIlroy finally completed the career Grand Slam. Well, without further ado, let's head over to TCP Sawgrass and the brilliant PGA Tour radio team led by the excellent Earl Forsey. Well, I was hoping we would go to the excellent Earl Forsey. Let's just see. Just bear with me.
These early 2 of them, 6 under 66s, Novak and Griffin, the leaders, and Nick Taylor and Adam Hadwin, the Canadians, who finished runner-up in this event a couple of years ago. Next best ones of the day, 5 under, and it's McIlroy and Lowry here on the back 9, the defending champs, to not only keep themselves in it, but make a little bit of a run in this alternate shot here on a Friday. Mayan Patel?
Yeah, they said that was going to be important, Earl. A couple of vets talking like vets after their opening round yesterday. Up on the green here at 16, Nikolai Højgaard has 4.5 healthy feet left for par as the young Dane rocks his shoulder, strokes his putt to the hole and in. Made that look pretty stress-free, so a little more work on the 2-putt, but it goes down as a par on the scorecard. 2 holes left, 14 under for the week.
They were moving right along. They were a couple under par through 7 holes, and since that time, they bogeyed 9 and have made all pars on this back 9, so it slowed down for them just a little bit. They were all smiles earlier in the day. There's been not a whole lot to smile about on this back 9.
Well, Dennis, you were talking front 9, back 9. The the finishes, what these players coming in are going to face. Chad Ramey and Justin Lauer just put up another birdie. Lauer hit it inside 10 feet to about 9 feet. Chad Ramey, who was part of the runner-up team with Martin Traynor a year ago, made the putt. So they've gone birdie at 7 and 8 to get inside the cut line, now solidifying it. They are 11 under par for the week with 1 to go.
That's huge. The front 9, I mean, we saw a lot of that happening with the players in the morning wave, how they finished on the front 9, and they were making a lot of birdies coming home to kind of climb that leaderboard and get to where they got. And what we saw in the morning wave from the guys finishing on the back, that they were up there, and usually there was at least one misstep by a lot of the teams playing the last 4 holes where they'd make at least one bogey and didn't necessarily make a birdie coming in.
What we're seeing, I mean, the eye test, really, with the McIlroy-Lowry team. Obviously, they won this tournament a year ago. They love playing together. By the way, this might not be the first weekend we see them play together in team golf.
It's true.
There's just a chemistry with these two, Dennis, that you can't put on paper. You can't quantify it statistically. There's just a really good team match play, whatever. This is not match play, it's stroke play, but there's a chemistry with these two that some of these teams you just notice they don't have.
Yeah, and if you were the Americans, I'm sure every single one of those players said they'd want that match, but I promise you, it wouldn't be the easiest match that you'd play that day if you were going to be playing against the European squad.
It wouldn't be much of a decision for me who to pair Rory McIlroy with. You get to that point, Doug Bell?
Well, let's see if Shane can put a smile on Rory's face. Left side of the fairway.
You can see the flag up the green.
That's Darren Reynolds, who's been on Shane's bag for many years. No-nonsense caddy, by the way. And let's see if Shane can get it somewhere in tweet range from 153. This shot flies through the sky. The wind is absolutely knocking it down. It lands in the left center of the green, and he's in the 30-foot range. I mean, that hit a wall. The wind kicked up, and it just dropped it straight down on that short left portion of the green.
But that's okay. I mean, that's not a bad spot. I mean, if there's up underneath the hole, you take the back of the green out of play. They played the hole very conservatively. Rory didn't try to force that ball up there and give him a little shorter shot into the green. It was just really smart what they did there, and make a par. Then you play 17 and flight something down, and Shane's actually hitting some pretty good iron shots on this back 9.
Isaiah Salinda for eagle at the second from 54.5 feet. He comes out of it right away. Didn't like it. Never high enough. That thing snaps down to the left. That'll just be inside of 10 feet, but definitely not a gimme for Kevin Velo to try to make a birdie. Try to get this team one better. They're at 14 under playing the par 5 second, their 11th hole of the round.
Little work left, but man, what a great second shot they had for that eagle effort. Just came up a little short with the speed and still got a good look to start off this back 9. The front 9, their back 9, with a couple of birdies.
Yeah, they have not made a par in this front 9 yet this week. They'd like to keep it that way. Yesterday started with 6 birdies in a row, eagled 7, birdied 8 and 9 to shoot 26, 10 under in the front 9. Didn't make a par until 12 yesterday en route to the 58. Little different today, a couple of bogeys midway through the round 16 and 18. They were 1 over until making the turn, get birdie at 1. Now they're looking for another one, about 7 feet left for birdie at number 2 to get them right back within 1 of the lead at 15 under.
How about that if they did that again? When they're going to make their first par on the front 9? You're not going to do that alternate shot. I think 10 under par is not going to happen on the front 9, but wow, what a special day that was yesterday.
Yeah, for these two, again, teaming up this week, the first appearance at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, 2 rookies. Really setting the tone with that 58 yesterday and got through the rough spots, so they've kind of hung in there today, and that's all you need to do after you shoot 58 in the opening round, Mayan.
59 was the number for Rasmus and Nikolai Højgaard. They've hung in 1 under through their first 16 today, 14 deep overall. Nikolai Højgaard now on the tee. And the tee shot on the way at 17. 212 the number. This ball descends to the right and does not... Oh, it does turn over at the end. Kicks just short of the green. Really good shot. Creeping up closer to the hole and settles underneath it. Maybe 10, 15 feet away for Rasmus Højgaard. Wasn't sure if that was going to turn over enough, but it is an absolute beauty here at the par 3 17th. Nikolai Højgaard gives himself a chance late. They're 14 under looking for more.
Trying to turn that ball on the breeze a little bit, and that was such a gorgeous shot. It's such a small area to land that ball in short of the hole, because just once it gets on the putting surface, it kind of hits a downslope. So he hit just on the upslope in a 1 yard area to get it close.
Kevin Velo, 7 feet for birdie. Right to left. Yes, he gets it to roll. And a fist pump from Kevin Velo, who played an awesome hole to set up the eagle putt for Salindo. Salindo's shaking his head, but he's going to give Kevin Velo the fist pump. Good pickup by Velo. They pick up one, get to 15 under, back-to-back birdies to start their front nine. They still haven't made a par or worse on this front nine in 11 holes so far this week. They're one back of the lead as they go to the par 3 third.
And that is going to be a hole that's going to be tough. It's 223 yards today, that par 3, and it is playing as the 5th hardest hole on the golf course. There's been 6 birdies made there all day long. Make it the 7th, boys. Make it the 7th.
16th hole now, Doug Bell.
Well, Rory eyeing this 27-foot birdie putt, and again, we've talked about this big gallery, the biggest Friday gallery they've ever had in the history of the Zurich Classic. I can say that with confidence. The weather has been just exquisite. Yeah, I mean, it's just been a special day out here following Rory, Shane, Tom Hoagie, Kevin Chappell. Seen some great golf, a lot of fun. Let's see if Rory can add to all that with a stroke on the way, up and over the hill, down towards the hole. It's got to keep the line, keep the line. No, it drifts to the right as it ran out of steam. It was right on line, ran out of gas, and just drifted right. He's laughing, Shane's laughing. They're having a good time. He taps it in for the par. Speaking of Shane Lowry, they stay at 13 under, 2 to play.
Well done. Shane's going to hit a little cut shot up against that breeze into the next hole, and I think he can get it close there. He likes to flight it down. That's what he's used to doing, and it's not going to be that scary a shot for him, because when he's hitting his irons well, they always fall a little right and never go too far to the right. So hopefully he can get one in there and give them another look. And then 18, you got Rory's firepower off the tee. If he puts the ball in the fairway, Shaner's going to be able to go for that green in 2.
Par 3 coming up, though. It has been the toughest hole so far today in foursomes. Tee shots at 17 and 60 seconds.
Introducing Live Golf on TalkSport 2 with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal, all with a few clicks.
It's in here somewhere.
He's looking for a car finance agreement from 2012.
It's probably in a shoebox.
He wants to see if he can claim thousands in compensation for missold car finance. He should just text DRIVE to 60777 and let mycarloanclaims.co.uk do all the work. For more information on our no-win, no-fee service, text DRIVE to 60777.
My Car Loan Claims.
mycarloanclaims.co.uk is a trading style of a lawco, an SRA-regulated law firm.
This Tuesday, Amazon brings the unmissable UEFA Champions League match. Arsenal versus PSG.
Magnificent. A wonderful goal.
This Tuesday, Arsenal versus PSG. It's on Prime.
Join Sun Club to get unbelievable savings on big days out, exclusive content and competitions. Right now, Sun Club members can book 2 Sun Super Days tickets for a thrilling day out at Thorpe Park. There are over 180,000 tickets available from just £20 and 26,000 on us for free. Search Sun Club and join for just $1.99 a month to book your tickets today. 18 plus, T's and C's apply.
Money Super 7, you've been saving people serious money, but they deserve even more. Can I count on you?
Always, boss. For a start, Money Supermarket give everyone a £15 reward just for switching their car insurance.
That's a very good start.
And that's on top of saving up to £486.
And when they keep on saving with us, we'll give them more and more rewards.
See how much you could save with Money Supermarket. 51% could save up to £486. Consumer Intelligence, January 25. Rewards include gift cards. Qualifying purchase with logged in account. 18 plus UK only. See site for T's and C's.
On DAB+, online, via the TalkSport app, and on your smart speaker.
Live PGA Tour Golf on TalkSport 2.
Yes, of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, not New Zealand, New Orleans, New Zealand will be completely different timescale. At TPC Louisiana, and our reigning champions Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry are 13 under, 3 shots off of the lead from Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin, who are in the clubhouse. Let's head back to the course and hear how they get on the 17th. That's the Irish duo of McIlroy and Lowry.
Cup regular season, and you talk about Phillips and the rookie. Big part of the story this week have been the rookies Salinda and Velo, who shot 58 yesterday to lead, and they're hanging in here on what's a tougher format, tougher day for scoring in foursomes alternate shot, Mayan.
All right, Earl, now let's see if the Højgaards can match twos. Rasmus and Nikolai both looked after it. Rasmus called Nikolai in for just a second, then said, nope, I'm good. I got this. So it is Rasmus Højgaard, a little bit of that longer brown hair flowing out from the white cap. He's beneath the front right hole location here at the par 3 17th. 12 feet for birdie. Shadow cast behind him as he settles his feet, eyes his target, and now sends the putt on the way. Out to the left, turning right to the middle and in. A fist pump from Nikolai, a steely, businesslike look from Rasmus as he finally waves to the gallery. A low 5 with his twin brother, picks up a birdie at 17. They're now 15 under with 1 hole left.
How about that one right there? That's both of them made a 2 there at 17. That hole's not that hard.
Today it has been. An alternate shot, it ranks as the toughest hole so far today. Nick Hardy, part of the winning team with Davis Riley in 2023, takes a closer look at 17.
Water all down the left, tough green to hit. Like I said, there's probably going to be 6 to 4 iron. But yeah, everything just kind of feeds off and to the right, and it's easy to kind of bail out right and leave yourself some pretty tough little chip shots. And there's also, like number 9, there's some tough little slopes around it if you miss right that you kind of have to maneuver around if you miss the green. But yeah, also another hole you're just trying to look to hit the center of the green 20 to 30 feet and try to make a putt.
Let's get right down there for tee shots, Doug Bell.
Shane Lowry getting ready now, stepping in, 212 yards this par 3. 16 paces on, 4 from the right edge is where the hole's located. Water all the way down the left. And Shane with a swing doesn't like it. He makes the motion like this is a wide miss. And that is way right. There's a collection area over there. I mean, that is a big misfire from Shane Lowry, short and right.
It's going to be tough to get that ball up and down. There's not a lot going on there. It's kind of going away from you because they've got to deal with I don't think that got to hole high. If it got hole high, it'd be a little easier. But that's a really tough spot to play to. That was not his best swing. He reacted like he heard something out of the gallery on the right, maybe at the top of his backswing. A little frustration in that one, but it wasn't a good golf swing nonetheless.
Kevin Velo on the tee at the 3rd, trying to keep the momentum up. Velo and Salinda, 2 straight birdies. This par 3, playing 223. Low shot from Velo, just lands on the front of the green. That's rolling up. That's moving like a putt left to right, right at the